Hi, I'm Steve, and I'm up Tegg's Nose, which is a country park to the south of Macclesfield. Now, this was a quarry in its day, and it left a lot of tramways behind, and we're going to be looking at one of those abandoned tramways in this video. However, before we go any further, I would just love to share with you some breathtaking footage that I've got with some nice music. So it's needless to say that on top of this hill in the middle of February, it was really windy, and I don't have a proper camera or microphone. I just use my handheld mobile phone device, so there's a lot of wind noise in this video, just to let you know. So where am I? I am up Tegg's Nose. Now that's a weird thing to say, but if you know what Tegg's Nose is, it's not so weird. It's a hill, big old hill, and it was used for mining. A lot of the hill isn't here anymore, you see, it was dug out. And this entire area is old mining. Oh, that's my finger, do you see that? It's crazy. Anyway, this whole area is used for mining. You can tell by all the lumps and bumps all going over there. And there's a small quarry tramway, or vehicle way, or something to do with rails up here, that I'm going to have a look at. Now, I heavily regret doing this. Look, I'm soaked. But I'm doing it for the love of it. Or that I've got some free time and just happens to be absolutely hammering it down. So, let's see what we can find. Oh, gosh, it's cold. So ahead of me, that is like the Gritstone Trail. So that's the place you can walk up here. That's a big ditch. And that's a tramway. So, let's have a look at the tramway. It's nice to get out of the wind now that I'm in this valley. Well, cutting, actually. So this is a remnant of the Tegg's Nose tramway that took quarry material from the end there, that way. So if I reference the old map here, this is the old tramway system here. I'll do a better reference when I get home, but it's cold and I'm trying to do my best. But as you can see, this is quite clearly a cutting. Now, it's quite weird to be in a cutting on top of a hill. But there we go, and you can see here actually quite clearly the track bed. So you've got a pit here, a sock, a pit here, and you've got the raised sort of track bed. Now, like in Roman road terminology, that'd be called an agger, but here it's just track. Now, this is good actually. The last time I came up here a few years ago, this is all overgrown, so it's been nicely cut back now, so we can actually quite clearly see the bottom of the track bed. See, that's a beautiful V-shaped cutting with the track at the bottom of it here. I'll see if I can get some information on the locomotives or vehicles that ran here. I doubt they had locomotives up here. Look, a hole! See, in this hole, there is stones. I'm good at this sort of stuff. More stone. Let's go to the end. So I've reached the end of this little cutting. There's a few more areas like this, but this is the most pronounced of the old tramway systems up here. And there's obviously nothing left of the track. I can't find, I mean, some of these may be sleepers, I don't know. That is obviously not a railway, nor an inclined plane. It's a path that's been worn into the hill, and no, I'm not going up there. I'm wearing pink trousers and very bad shoes. Now, I'm not going up the hill. Anyway, I need to walk all the way back down there, and then across that ridge, because there's something neat here that I might want to get on video anyway. And also I'm really cold, but I don't want to leave here because I'm really shielded from the wind by, you know, the hill. It's actually quite nice down here. In the summer it'd be a great place for a picnic, I'll tell you that. You had to get a good meal deal from Tesco and come and eat your sandwich up here, you know. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's go and find a way up. That might do. Let's go. Come on, pink trousers, don't let me down now. Scrabbling. Can't use my hands. I don't want to get my hands dirty, because then I can't operate the camera, which is also my phone. But I also don't want to fall over and die. That's two important things. Yeah, I'm going the other way. I'll meet you guys at the other bit. But, oh, wow, brilliant shot of the tramway. I'm going to stop this video and get a panning shot. And so that's exactly what I did. Here's me panning along the track bed. Now, you may have noticed when I showed you that map earlier that there was actually no railway here. And I think I can explain that. So let's have a look at some maps. So this is the 1892 map, well, surveyed 1892, that sort of area of Tegg's Nose. And this gully here, this is where I was walking just now in the windy footage. Now, this doesn't have any rails in it. It's quite obvious it's not there. And my theory is that this is the early quarry. So they laid this here, they cut it into the hill, and they laid tram tracks or rail lines as they went into the hill. And as they ran out of resources, as they used everything up in this area, and there was nothing left to mine out that they could use, they simply just moved the tracks from here to another part of the hill where they dug more stuff out. And by the time the 1890s and 1880s maps were surveyed, there simply just wasn't track here, just a ditch left behind. Then I believe that they moved further south and created this other extensive network down the bottom here, which none of it survives nowadays, but it's still cool to see that it's there. And now some speculation. These alignments line up pretty well, so I drew in some lines and they sort of connected up, so there aren't any instances of documented tunnels up at Tegg's Nose, really. None that are substantial more than just a truck going into a hillside. But if these alignments do look like they line up, so I'm going to go out on the limb and say there may have once been tunnel filled in with spoil heap, but these alignments are too good. So that's my one crazy theory for this video, is that there was tunnels up here. Anyway, back to being on the hill itself, which is a lot more interesting than looking at maps. So let's go. We arrived at the quarry on Tegg's Nose again. Look, this will be another tramway area. So it's probably been where some vehicles will come in. Another cutting there. So we're going to head this way to where they've preserved some quarry machinery that we can have a look at. I don't think this is the original stuff that was here, but it's worth looking at. Also, if you're a geologist and you like your rocks, here's some sedimentary rocks, still level, on top of a hill. So this is obviously what they were mining out. So what is this stone? Well, Macclesfield, the town over the hill and far away, that has streets, and they're not paved with gold, but they are paved with this stuff, stone sets. And this is where it all came from. Well, a lot of it anyway. So it's at this point I've got to apologise for the heavy breathing. No, I'm not incredibly excited about the tramways, although I am. It's just that I'm quite unfit and I'm on top of a hill, so there's that. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the machinery that was left behind. I have found some shade because I am in some machinery. Don't know what this is. Very blue and red. Looks very nice. There's some lovely gears. There's a lever. You can use that to, you know, stuff. There's another lever. Electric motor. It's all still in place. I have no idea if this is the original machinery from here, but it's nice to get some shade. I am extremely wet, and I'm going to go home. I hope I've got enough content to make a decent length video. This may be a short one, this may be a long one, I don't know. But I should have enough content. If not, I'll fluff it out with maps. It seems to be what I do. So, from Tegg's Nose Crane, and quarry machinery, and all sorts of junk, I bid you farewell. Here's a cliff.